Hey everybody, welcome to Logically Thinking. This is the third edition of this series, and we got a lot to cover actually. The first one being, someone asked me on the comments of the last episode, what other PS Vita games do I have? And I actually have the stack right here, so why don't we go through really quick which ones I like, which ones I don't like, and which ones are a little extra special maybe than some other games on other systems. First up, I already talked about Metal Gear Solid HD Edition. Or the HD collection rather, it has Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 on there. I love the fact that I can transfer the portable version of the game over to the full version of the game on the PS3. Very unique there, very fun, very easy to do thanks to the cloud saving feature that's included with the game. Unfortunately, it didn't include Peace Walker, which is kind of a disappointment, but with it being on the PSP store, the PSN store, I can kind of see why they didn't put it on there. So unfortunate there. Otherwise, if you haven't played these games or you're looking for something great to play on your Vita, definitely check that out. Great game. Next up is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is absolutely fantastic on the PS Vita. Always been a Street Fighter fan. Huge Street Fighter fan, and I've never really gotten into the Mortal Kombat games. I played them a lot when I was a kid, obviously, but as far as what game stands the test of time, the Street Fighter series, I think, just plays better, holds up better than the older Mortal Kombat games. So I skipped out on a lot of the other Mortal Kombat games that came out, and my wife got me the Xbox 360 version last Christmas, and I loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Really fun, easy to play, in-depth game system, lots of great combos, and just probably one of the best story-driven fighting games I've played in a long time. Capcom could learn something about doing storyline in their games with that. They really extended that feature out of the plot, and that was excellent. I actually did a review on both versions of the game. The Xbox 360 version and PS3 version is actually on my channel, and you can check that out. But I did a written review of the PS Vita version of it, and this is probably one of the definite versions of it. There is a minor step down in graphics when you get to the actual in-game fighting engine, but everything is so well preserved, and all of the DLC and everything is popped into this version of the game. It's great. If you're a fighting game fan, no doubt pick up Mortal Kombat for your PS Vita. What do we got next out? We got Wipeout, of course, which, Wipeout is kind of the staple of any launch PlayStation system, and while it's decent, it's nothing to really write home about. The Wipeout games are either hit or miss, and Wipeout XL will always be my favorite Wipeout game. So it's not bad. If you like the Wipeout series, you'll obviously like this, but nothing super impressive. Next up is Unit 13. Unit 13, I believe, is by Zipper Interactive. They're by the guys who did the SOCOM series, if I remember correctly. This is a pretty decent third-person shooter game. It obviously makes great use of the thumbsticks in the game. The dual thumbsticks really stand out. It's more of, like, the missions aren't really fully scoped out, you would say, like other mission-based games that you would play on maybe a major console. Some of the objectives are very simple. They're divided out into certain areas and stuff like that. It's not a super in-depth game, but it is fun. You can get in, play it, complete a mission, shut the system down, do something what you need to do. Actually, I was taking a Cisco network class, and I had this available to play on my PS Vita, and during our breaks this was actually pretty fun because I could get a mission or two done and get right back to class, which was kind of nice. Uncharted, The Golden Abyss. I was originally going to do a review for this, but unfortunately just did not have time to. Uncharted 2 for me is easily the best Uncharted game in the series. So playing that is really hard to have another Uncharted game top it. I have Uncharted 3, didn't really enjoy it very much, didn't get too far into it though, to be absolutely honest with you, but Uncharted 2 just drew me in. Uncharted Golden Abyss is an excellent PS Vita game. It plays well, the touchscreen mechanics are excellent, but unfortunately, if you've played Uncharted 2, you're going to be really disappointed with this one just because you're expecting something very exciting to happen, and it's more like Uncharted 1, unfortunately, which isn't a bad thing, but if you played 2, you're not going to appreciate this one that much. Next up, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I've never been a huge Marvel vs. Capcom fan. I bought the special edition on Xbox 360, the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I just can't get into the Marvel vs. Capcom games. I love Capcom. I love their games. I love their Street Fighter games, Darkstalkers, all that stuff. But I've just never been really impressed with the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Maybe it's just because I suck at them. But I don't know. I've just never been able to get into them. So if you like the game and you want a portable fix, D-pad works decent for it. But if you've never really liked the Marvel vs. Capcom games, just stay away from them. Next up we have Little Deviants. I believe this was a pack-in game with the system I got. I have never fired it up, so as far as how it is, I really don't know. All I know is I see it for like $2.99 at GameStops, and copies are available by the 10s to 20s, so can't be too good. Shinobi 2, Rise of Zen, Revenge of Zen. If you ever played the Tenchu games, then you'd be right at home with this. Unfortunately, it plays more like the PlayStation 1 era Tenchu games. It doesn't really stand out as a fantastic game, but at the time when the system launched, it was decent. Try to rent it. Now this right here is probably the best game on the PS Vita right now. Absolutely love this game. Great art style. Great use of all the touchscreen mechanics as well as the dual thumbsticks. Wonderful soundtrack, and this is Gravity Rush. This is definitely my favorite game on the PS Vita right now. Check out trailers or any kinds of videos on this. This has got a really great cel-shaded anime look to it. Fantastic game. You play as a girl with amnesia that has a cat that gives her these gravity-changing powers, and it's just a very cool universe. Check this out sometime. So yeah, that's all my PS Vita games at the moment. I'm sure there's some I'm expecting to enjoy. Obviously, the new Assassin's Creed that's coming out for it is going to be really cool. I really enjoyed the PSP Assassin's Creed that came out, so yeah. So let's see, we're already 7 minutes into this, so to kind of hurry it up here. Happy Console Gamer recently did a episode called Anime Rocks, and in it he talked about Robotech. And Robotech is a very cool anime series from the 1980s that was actually put together from 3 different Japanese television shows. I never watched it when it first aired on TV, just because I'm not even sure what channel it was on, but during 85, 86, we didn't have access to see Robotech. But a couple years later, there was a video store that rented out the VHS volumes of Robotech. I think there was like 4 episodes on it, the VHS cassette. And just a great show, very cool. We were really starting to get into anime at that point. Unfortunately, the tapes were so old that some of the episodes were really beat up from repeated plays. One tape had something completely different recorded on it that actually didn't belong to the series at all. I think it was like some random DIC cartoon. So the series we watched was very broken up, but from what we were able to watch, we loved. And unfortunately, I never really sought out the episodes. But I saw the Happy Console Gamer Anime Rocks talking about Robotech and decided to pick up the complete Robotech collection. It was like $40 on Amazon. All, I believe it's 80-something episodes, maybe 70-something episodes. Very cool how they took 3 different TV shows, Japanese TV shows, and put them together. But if you like mecha shows and you want to see some really early crossover anime origin stuff, then check out this. This is fantastic. Other than that, Old Republic update. Me and my little brother have been playing it. As soon as I think I love the game, I start to hate the game. We were playing it a little bit today, and it's just really annoying that you can't play the same quest together if you're the same character. And really, it's really starting to rear its ugly head that we should have chose separate characters as different classes. So I'm actually thinking about maybe starting it up and picking maybe like a smuggler class or whatever one actually has some ranged attacks, because the game is just getting really annoying and I'm getting tired of trying to do quests and not being able to do them because we're the same class. So that is my Old Republic update. That's all I really got for you there. Finally, to wrap this thing up, I want to talk about the Steam Summer Sale. A lot of you PC gamers, of course, are already familiar with it. I really just got back into the PC gaming arena now that I've upgraded my PC. And it's the Steam Summer Sale, and let's just say that I have really loaded up on some Steam games. And I mean, I've probably spent maybe $70 in games, and I've gotten a ton of stuff. Just to tell you what I've gotten here, some great stuff that's on sale. I got The Binding of Isaac, Cave Story Plus, Darksiders, Dead Island, I got Fear, Fear 2, Fear 3, the Fear expansion packs, Half-Life, Half-Life Blue Shift, Opposing Force, Hard Reset, Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Blood Money, Hitman Codename 47, Left 4 Dead 2, Prince of Persia, the recent reboot they did, which was excellent. What else did we get here? I got all the Star Wars Jedi Knight games, so Jedi Knight 2, Outcast, Mysteries of the Sith, Dark Forces 2, Jedi Academy, Dark Forces, Knights of the Old Republic. God, I could go on and on here. Team Fortress Classic I got the DLC for Tribes Ascend. That's a free-to-play first-person multiplayer shooter. I'm really looking to try that out. And of course, I got East Origin and East the Oath and Falgana. And there's some other stuff up there right now. I mean, you get Limbo for $249, which is awesome. Grand Theft Auto 4 is $4.99, and that one, folks, is something that is really, really sticking out to me, actually, because if you check it out, you can buy the Grand Theft Auto Complete Pack. Right now, it's $12.49. You get Grand Theft Auto 2, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, and then episodes from Liberty City. That's a lot of gaming stuff for $12.49, which is pretty awesome. So if you're a PC gamer and you've never used Steam, or you kind of use Steam casually, or if you've never used it at all, you can get some great games that'll probably run great on any computer for super cheap. Load up, because you can always come back and play them later. And if you're somewhere else and you have a laptop, all you need is the Steam client to log on and start playing it. So, rather long episode of Logically Thinking here, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'll talk to you guys next week. And again, if you got any questions for me that you'd like to see on next week's show, definitely post them below, and I'll try to answer them on next week's show. And I know I promised that I was going to do some arcade videos and stuff in the basement. We had some moving around, and I was working on some machines. Just didn't have time. It's coming, as well as some other stuff. Just bear with me. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.